So just imagine that your angels are coming in.
Glenyce Hughes is a medium and so much more.
I do medium readings where I connect with people who have crossed over and pass on messages and validations to their family and friends so that they know that they're okay and happy and still with them. During a reading, the client will come in and I'll explain what we're going to do, which is basically they sit there quietly and I invite their loved ones in. And it's like their loved ones in spirit play charades with me. They give me little bits and pieces of whatever they can so the person I'm reading for knows who they are. They might show me if they're on their dad's side or their mom's side, or if they're a friend, how many kids they had, what they died from. They can talk about different pictures that were made of in honor of them after they crossed, or if there was a memorial garden planted after. They'll just bring anything in so the person knows who they are.
How does it work for you? Do you see a picture in your mind or?
Various ways. What I do when I do one is I look at the floor, and it's just kind of how they keep my attention. So I let my client know that so they're not wondering what I'm doing. I just stare at the floor, and the spirit is able to give me, sometimes it's pictures, sometimes it's a feeling, especially if they want to give me their personality. Sometimes they'll give me like really harsh and I'll feel like sitting like this and very quiet, or sometimes I'll just get really big smile and feel like I'm really want to laugh and joke, and that'll be their personality. They can show me the pictures, and they might show me what their house looked like, or a picture on the wall, or something that's important to them. They can give me words in my head so that I can hear them. It's not complete sentences, but it'll just be a word here or there, like son or daughter, or the month of June, or something that's relevant to them. Yeah, I guess that's the best way to describe it.
Does it ever scare you contacting the spirit world and having people talk through you? Is it scary for you at all?
Not at all. It's always amazing. Like, because the spirits that I connect with, they are spirits that have went to the light, and they're of the light, and they're just happy to connect. Their vibration, their energy is so high that normally it's just such, I just feel so good, and it's so powerful to work with them. And then the person that I'm reading for gets that gift also. Yeah, there's nothing scary about it at all.
Do you ever feel exhausted or like really tired after a session?
Not at all, because again, when they come in and I'm connecting with them that closely, I get a part of that energy. So usually I feel extra good after also. The only time that I might feel exhausted or might feel a little bit after is for the person that I'm reading for. Because yeah, it's fabulous to have that connection and have those validations, but it doesn't bring that person back in human form. So there's still that, they still walk out of here. Yes, there's joy in their heart, and there's still sadness because physically their loved one isn't there. And as wonderful as they are to leave signs and to have that connection and come in our dreams, the physical connection is still something that we will likely always miss.
Do you ever feel a pressure to get things right for the clients in a reading?
Yes, I do. Because it can be, especially for people in what I would call the early stages of grief, it is very important for them to know that they have the connection with who they want to. I just have a high expectation, so yeah, getting it right is important.
Are you able to turn it on and off, or what is it like when you're out in a crowd? Do you have a whole bunch of spirits trying to contact you and talk to you?
I do have what I call very strong boundaries with the spirit world, that they know that they are not allowed to bother me unless I'm doing a reading. And that's the other part of why I look at the floor, because, just sitting here looking at you, I wouldn't connect with anybody for you. It's not, in a sense, turned on like you asked. It's about me inviting them in.
And can we talk a little bit about the skeptics? What would you say to somebody who maybe wasn't a believer?
I just let them choose. I have no desire, ever have I had a desire to change somebody's point of view. I've seen people where they go into reading mode to kind of force that person in to believe, and I don't. It doesn't matter to me. If the person is a skeptic, cool. I have no desire to defend what I do. And I've had a few, very, very few, I think only 2 people, where it kind of had a really strong point of view about what I did. and I just let them have it. You know, it's if I were to react to it or defend it, that's when, to me, the energies get mingled. So if somebody doesn't believe, that's great. It would be the same as I don't want them to convince me otherwise. So I just let them believe it. And it's not something, you know, skeptics don't ever come to my business, because they're not going to, you know, come and have a session or book a session as a skeptic. There's certainly people that are maybe in the questioning or the curiosity, like, really, can this happen? That, I see a lot of that, that's fine. But the actual skeptics where there's no way this happens, that's, you know, that's a crock, that sort of stuff, I don't interact with them, and I wouldn't change their mind. I have no desire.
Find out how Glenyce discovered her gift for communicating with those who've passed when we come back.